Welcome to 10.6, Surface Area of Pyramids, Cones, and Spheres. I wanted to start out with a little warm-up in the video, so go ahead and pause the video, try these two problems because we've already done them, and then play the video again and check your answer. Okay, so I'll go ahead and reveal the answers first. So for the first one, there are your two answers. And the second one, there's your lateral area and surface area. So hope you did well on those. So again, surface area, now we got pyramids, cones, and spheres. So first of all, what would be the lateral area of a pyramid or cone? So lateral area is all the sides, so it's everything that's not the bases. So remember that they only have one base, a pyramid and a cone. So it would be everything except the circle or except the square or the polygon that's on the bottom. So let's think about what a net would look like. So if we had a triangular pyramid, here's our base. And then if we had the sides, they'd be like this. So the lateral area would be the triangles on the sides, not the triangle that was the base. If it was a square pyramid, it would be all of the sides, but not the square. So the shape of the sides are always triangles. That would be for a pyramid. For a cone, it's a little bit different because you have a circle instead. So here's the first formula you have to write down. The lateral area of a pyramid is going to be 1/2 times the perimeter of the base times the slant height. Now think about that. We have a triangle for each side. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. The base is part of the perimeter, which is why the perimeter is included. And then the slant height is just the height of the triangle. The slant height means it's on the outside of the shape, not on the inside, and it runs perpendicular to the base. So we're essentially, with this formula, adding together all four triangles by using the perimeter, just like what we did for the prisms. Now for the surface area, we have to take the lateral area, and instead of adding two bases this time, we're adding one base. So the area of that base, the square pyramid, would then just be the side times the side. So depending on what the shape is on the bottom, the base is going to change. So let's take a second and try one out. So we're going to do the lateral area and surface area of this square pyramid. So first of all, the lateral area, remember, is 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant height. So let's identify all of those things. So first of all, here is the perimeter. And on our calculator, we could make 1/2 0.5, or we could divide by 2 at the end. And the perimeter is going to just be 12 times 4, since they're all the same. And then the slant height right here is the 16, because each triangle has a height of 16. If we put that into our calculator, we get a lateral area of 384 centimeters squared. Now we got to do the surface area. But remember, there's only one base because there's only one square this time. So we have the lateral area plus the area of one base. We already have our lateral area, and our one base is our square, 12 times 12. If we put that into our calculator, 528 centimeters squared. So we got our two answers. So then we move on to the lateral area and surface area of a cone. Now it's slightly different when circles are involved. So the lateral area is pi times the radius times the slant height. Similar to a pyramid, but a little bit different. Remember, L is that slant height. It's on the outside of the shape. The vertical height would go through the center of the cone. Then we have to add the area of the base, in this case, because it's a circle, pi times radius squared. So we have lateral area plus base again to get the surface area. So let's take this one as an example. Remember, lateral area, let's use our formula, is pi times radius times slant height. So let's put in our information. Pi times 9, the slant height is 12. Remember, the 12 does not go through the center, it's on the outside. And if we put that in our calculator and round to the nearest whole number, 339 centimeters squared. Now let's turn to the surface area. All we have to do is add the circle. So we have lateral area plus 1 base. 339 plus pi r squared, because that's the circle. So we have 339 plus pi times 9 squared. And if we put that into our calculator and round to the nearest whole number, 593 centimeters squared. Again, if you had trouble on either of those two examples, go back and watch it again. Last thing we need to talk about is the surface area of a sphere. That is the same area as 4 circles with the same radius. So think about what 4 circles would be. So the surface area, you could take a guess, would be 4 times pi r squared. Now we can't give you an exact proof for that formula at this moment, but later on in high school you'll get to discover that. So let's go ahead and use the formula. Now the reason that there's no lateral area is because there's no sides of a sphere, right? We just need to know what goes on the outside, but there's no base, there's no sides. So we're just going to do total surface area 4 pi r squared, 4 pi times the radius is 5. And if we put that into our calculator, we can use our pi button. 4 pi 5 squared. We're going to round it to the nearest whole number, 314 inches this time, squared. So here's your self-check that you can put in your guided notes. Find the surface area of a cone. If you need to look back and look at the example, go ahead and do so. And I'll see you in class tomorrow.